Hello, welcome to episode 39 of live.co.uk. This one is all about building up confidence reading from a file in Python. So we're going to start with a file. It's just a text file, which is actually also a comma separated value file where we have lots of values separated by commas with each row on a new line. So that when we run our program, it will load that data in, it will choose something randomly from the file. So this file contains nutritional information from the American McDonald's menu from a couple of years ago. And then it will choose a random nutritional information category, get the user to type in something, and it will give you clues until you guess it correctly. So what's the dietary fiber content? A bit lower than 50, let's go 10, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, higher, a little bit lower, a little bit lower, 21, 22, we got it. Great. Okay. So how do we load this kind of information from a file? Well, if you're using anything other than create.withcode.uk and you're using an actual file, you just need to make sure that that file is saved in the same folder as your Python code. So let's get started. I'm not going to make you type out all of this information, but there is a link that I'll share for you to be able to find that if you want to. If you want to open the file in Python, you need to use the built-in function open and pass a parameter which is the file name. If we just display that, it won't show the file contents. It will just give you a file object that you can then read from later. So let's save that as file, and then every time you open a file, you must remember to close it so it frees up the system resources that are associated with it. And you can then read from the file, and this is the important bit. So let's go file, contents. So that after we've closed it, we can display the file contents. And we've got all of that information just as one string from the file. It would be much more useful, though, if we could separate out all of this information into a structured format, if we can store it in a list. So in order to do that, we can read the whole thing and then split it every time you have a new line. So the \n is a new line constant. It's every time you move from one line to the next. You can't see it on here, but it is actually represented in ASCII as a \n, a new line constant. So this time we've now got a list containing all of those lines separately. Why is that useful? So that you can index them and only get one or whichever one you wanted. So that first one, index 0, is really important. That describes the headings, what is stored in the file. The rest, so let's call it menu, is everything after that first line. So if you remember with list indexing, we can start at the second position and keep going until the end, just leave it empty to keep going, so that we can get the first item from the menu or any other item from the menu, or we can choose one at random. So let's choose one at random for the quiz. So import random. And then in here, let's go random.choice. Anything randomly from the menu. You could try doing this at McDonald's if you want. Walk in and just choose something random and store it. Let's say item equals, and then print that item. And we should get something different each time. So now we want to separate this every time we come across a comma. Remember, CSV means comma separated values. So if we choose something at random and split it every time we have a comma, then we're going to get a list of all of that data, which is rather useful because the second item in that list is the name, and then the third item contains like some units, but all the rest are numerical values that we can use for the quiz. Okay, so let's display the name. That was the second item, index 1. Good. And then we'll ask somebody to type in a guess. We should probably choose which category as well. So category, this is going to be a number between not 0, not 1, not 2, but 3 up until the end. So the index of any of these numerical values. And if we want to know what they are, we can just look at the headings at the top and they are in the same order. So let's choose a random number, random.randint, anything from 3 up to the length of how many items there are in our list containing all of the categories for that particular item. So we need to ask the question. Please, or can, you guess the... So we need to know what category it is. How can we do that? Well, we've got a list containing all of the categories called headings. If we go at the position inside that list with an index we've just chosen at random and put a question mark on the end, then, oh no, that doesn't look good, does it? It's just got a single character. And I think that's because the headings here, we've just got a string. We didn't split that every time we come across a comma. So there we go. Can you guess the calories from fat? Can you guess the trans fat? So ask the questions, but doesn't do anything with the answer. So let's store that. Let's put guess equals. And then we need to know what the actual answer is. So this is going to be taken from our list containing all of the data. That's called item. And it's at the same position within that list as the heading. And then we can check and see if we get it right. So if guess is equal to answer, then let's say correct, well done. Otherwise, we can say elif guess is too high. Try a little, lower. Otherwise, that means it's going to have to be lower. Try a little bit higher. Now, I don't think this will work yet, because if I put in a number in here, it doesn't keep asking me. It only gives you one attempt. So let's put it inside a while loop and say while not correct. Now it doesn't know what correct is yet, so we should probably tell it. Correct is going to be a Boolean value, just true or false, and we'll set it to false to begin with. So it keeps looping round, and then it stops when we get it right. So correct. Let's try. Let's guess the trans fat for Dr. Pepper. No ideas. Let's try 0. Oh, we got it right. But it kept on asking. What's going on there? That's not very helpful. Let's see. Oh, I didn't actually set it. Correct equals true. Can you guess the sodium? 50. A little higher. 100. A little higher. 200. 200. 1000. So we've got a bit of a problem here because I don't think the value is any higher than this, but it's failing in its calculation because input returns a string and we're trying to compare the numerical value. So there are a couple in there that are like 0.5, so we have to use a float rather than an int. But we have to convert both the guess that the user types in and the actual value that we read from a string into a float so that we can do this combination. All right, let's try. Guess the cholesterol 50, try a bit lower, 0. Good, so both cases are working. A little bit higher than 25, 40. Hooray, it works. So I'm going to put some challenges on here and some comments for you to be able to work through. But the important thing is that you can open the file. Let's process the data. And then keep looping until the user chooses the right value. So what could you do for your challenges here? So here's a couple of suggestions. You can make it repeat. So it asks you for 5 different food items. That is just going to, you'll need to make all of lines 12 onwards repeat. You can put that in a for loop 5 times. You could have a score variable, so that each time you get it right, that score increases by 1, and you can display that value as you go through. Or you can replace the contents of menu.csv with your own made-up stuff. Just make sure that you find that the first line, where you describe what order the data appears in, is the same order for all of your rows, all of your lines within that data. Remember, you can find links in the description underneath this video on YouTube to some interactive challenges, or you can join in the weekly competitions on live.withcode.uk or compete.withcode.uk if your teacher's signed up for the free challenge. Hope this has been useful. See you next time. Bye-bye.